Hello.
Hi, Joe. Musanna from The Upcoming here.
Musanna, nice
Very
to
well,
see you.
thanks.
Thanks
Nice
for
to see
coming.
you too. Thanks. I wanted to start by asking: you've had this idea in your head for so long. What is it about this story that sustained your passion for making it for all these years?
I just thought it could be good, and because I had the idea when I was 12 or 13, the fact that it stayed bouncing around my head, gradually kind of gathering little bits of detail, I hope means that it's a survivor rather than an idea you have that might fall away as you move through life, you know. Maybe the fact that it's stuck in my brain so long might mean that it might stick in other people's brains so long. Maybe.
I'm curious to know if the filmmakers of the 80s who inspired you, like Spielberg and Gilliam and Borman, if they've seen this film yet?
Well, Steven's producer, Kathy Kennedy, saw it and was very, very flattering and positive about it. I'm not sure who else has seen it. But you know, I wanted to make a film that had the same effect on modern kids that those films did on me. But this film isn't like a nostalgia trip. It doesn't have 80s music. It's not set in the 80s. It's trying to get the spirit of that stuff, but in a fresh way. So I'm not a big fan of movies that just do nostalgia. I like stuff to feel modern and contemporary, but with the same sort of, you know, simply just by having kids in it and it being a live action film is so unusual. People immediately associate that with the 80s, but actually that's the only connection, really.
I think everyone agrees that you have brought that feeling back. I'm curious to know if there are any other similar contemporary films that you would recommend?
Well, that is a good question. I mean, I really love the remake of Pete's Dragon. I love Spike Jonze's Where the Wild Things Are. There's quite a lot of good European kids' films that don't get released over here. I can't think of any right off the top of my head. But no, it's pretty rare to have a film for kids with kids in it, because things, you know, in cinemas it's usually animation or superhero movies. So it's nice to bring something like that back.
And you know, despite it's 7 years since your last film, you have been a very busy man, and I assume you still are. So I'd like to know, what are your future projects, if you can tell us.
Well, I've got a bunch of different things. I've tried to have some stuff ready after this one, unlike I did after Attack the Block. So, but I don't want to say anything because the plans might change, and who knows what'll happen. But I hope to do something sooner than another 7 years.
Any collaborations with Edgar Wright?
Well, I would always honoured to collaborate with Edgar. You know, we're friends, so we hang out the whole time. And nothing on the cards right now, apart from maybe some trips to the movies and some just good times. Based on this warrior or that king, or so that would be a pretty good score to get the historical truth about it. And then I just think, wouldn't it be fascinating to talk to somebody who actually lived in 500 BC or whenever it was? BC. I'm going to show my ignorance here when it actually was. But it would be fascinating to have someone from the past to talk to them about it. Maybe it would be like in Bill and Ted. Do you ever seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? And maybe he'd be like a bit of an idiot. Or maybe he'd be incredibly wise. Well, you never know. They might have some ancient knowledge that's superior to ours.
Some magic.
Maybe they got real magic. With a C or with a K.